Ever wondered what happened to this particular guy you can see here on the screen? His name is Caviezel. For those that have not seen The Passion of Christ 2024, produced by Mel Gibson, I think you should watch it. If you have not seen that movie, you may not understand the extent to the reason why I thought to come and film this video. This particular guy went through a lot while they were filming the movie. He was struck by lightning. He dislocated his shoulders. Guys, a whole lot happened in preparation for this particular movie. At some point when I was preparing for this particular video, I watched a particular clip where he was talking about the fact that one of the soldiers that was acting like he was flogging him, okay, mistakenly flogged him on his back, and that really hurt.
And one of the Roman guards struck and missed and hit my back on accident. I couldn't even breathe. The wind got knocked out of me. The pain was so horrific. I thought, okay, that won't happen again. And we went on, and he missed, and I ripped my hands out of the chains, ripped them out and screamed. And I had this huge welt mark that, I mean, full-on scourge right on my back. And basically they took that and said, oh, okay, well, let's just match this, and they based it off that scourge. And of course, training the back, because the cross was so heavy, you could have made it lighter, but it wouldn't have looked real. It wasn't as heavy as a 300-pound cross, but it was at least half that weight. So physically, I did, you know, just a lot of back exercises and weights to make my stamina strong.
You know, his hand stretched out like this, just turn his hand down into the cross and use the ropes as the blend line between what is shot on set and what we could shoot back here, knowing that when we got back here, we reversed the setup. Instead of having the hand turned down into the cross, we had a hand coming up from underneath the cross. So all we've got is a hand on the crossbeam against green screen that we could pound the nail into. We had the background plate shot in Rome of Jim's hand turned on the cross. Then we have a green screen of the hand. Then we have a green screen of the nail and the Roman executioner's hand. And hopefully it seems like it blends right in with the movie.
So I could just imagine to what extent he gave his all just to give us a fantastic movie.
It was important to have a substitute that looked exactly like him, and the quality of the workmanship that these animatronic dummy guys can do. I mean, it's like, wow.
After The Passion of Christ, I was wondering, like, asking myself, I haven't seen this guy in movies. What is he doing now? Up until I saw Sound of Freedom just a couple of days ago, and that thought ignited this particular video, and I went to do my research, discover, okay, what has he been doing and where is he now? So I gathered some information that I thought it would be nice for us to talk about. So I will just point out some things that I feel are necessary for us to talk about in this video. If you have more, you can drop that in the comment section. But before that, let me start by saying that for those that have not seen Sound of Freedom, I advise you go watch that, because that was what even led me to go do my research. Caviezel has proven to be a man of faith. Regardless of whatever role he's given, he has done his best to put himself in the real life character of whoever he's playing.
On the cross, I had to stay in a position for 8-9 minutes while they had all the 3 cameras rolling, and I literally put all my weight into one leg and keep it in a squat position while the left leg hung over it.
Please drop your thoughts and comments as we progress in this video, okay? Hey guys, welcome to another interesting video. My name is Glory Rex. I am a poet, a content creator, and a movie audio editor. In this particular video, I'll be talking about someone that has given it his all to show us and depict a character that has given us that emotional weight to either be conscious or to hold on to our faith. He has actually given his all just for us to be entertained and to learn something or to be encouraged one area or the other. So for those that see me for the first time, you're welcome to my channel. I create lots and lots of videos here on my platform. Kindly subscribe to my channel. It will encourage the growth of this channel. And if you're watching the video, you like what you see, please hit the like button. That way YouTube will know that you actually enjoy this video and recommend it to other people. If you have not subscribed to my channel as well and you like what you see, please hit the red cute subscribe button, turn on post notification. That will notify you when another video goes live here on my YouTube channel. Also, I will drop some videos linked below in the description box of this video so that anyone that is of interest to you, you can just go watch. And please do not forget to like, share, subscribe. It will really be amazing and I really am grateful to you already. So thank you so very much. Let us get straight into this video. So based on research, this particular Jim Patrick Caviezel was born on September 26, 1968. Jim achieved worldwide fame in the year 2004 when he casted for Jesus Christ in Mel Gibson's The Passion of Christ, where he performed and properly interpreted the role of Jesus Christ, which was emotionally intense in terms of graphics depiction of the crucifix of Christ. For those that have not seen it, I actually advise you go watch it, because while preparing for this video, I also discovered that he even did some form of workouts to be able to help him interpret some roles.
I did a lot of lunges and squats, and I literally just would get into a squat position on a wall and hold for 5-10 minutes at a time and do sets of these to build up my quads to be able to do this.
See, this guy really tried, and kudos to all the actors out there that are giving it their best for us to be entertained. It is really not easy. So back to the life of this particular interesting individual. This movie was successful in the box office and it was allegedly said to have sold over $600 million worldwide. That's really interesting, because I remember here in Nigeria, it was translated in different languages. For those that remember, when you're walking by the street or you're driving with your parents, you see some people gathered and you see Jesus Christ speaking Yoruba. It's actually called ADR. But regardless of language barrier, this particular movie was able to imbibe Christianity to the hearts of people, and it did convert a lot of people. So in doing further research to see what has this guy been up to, I came across the fact that Jim has played a particular role in a very popular American drama series that was titled Person of Interest from 2011 to 2016. He played this alongside with other great actors. He played the role of a CIA operative that was working to prevent violent crimes using surveillance. Like I said, this particular person has always been pushing for a sane society, if you put it that way. After that, his next return to cinema was when he featured in Sound of Freedom, where he was telling the real life story of Tim Ballard that was fighting against children's sex trafficking. Like I said, what led me to this particular video and this particular research was because of the role he played in Sound of Freedom, which is an emotional weight movie. That particular Sound of Freedom, it triggers emotion, like from the beginning. If you are somebody that cries easily and you have not seen this movie, I think whenever you're watching Sound of Freedom, you should get a tissue. You're crying because you are trying to imagine yourself in the shoes of those kids. And I would say thumbs up to those kids for playing an amazing role. Guys, we'll talk about that more in the next video, but I cannot take one away from the other. That was what led me to do my research to say, what has this guy really been up to? Especially in this era where there's a lot of identity crisis, where things are going haywire. So my fear was actually this guy that played Jesus Christ, you know, it would be nice to see that he's still consistent with what he sold to us, because I've heard lots of stories, I've been to lots of homes, some people still have that picture of Jesus Christ playing the role as the real Jesus Christ. It got me thinking, what is this guy's legacy about? In fact, I even did more research to the point that I discovered that at some point in his life, he wanted to become a basketball player. He was aspiring to play in the professional National League until he got injured.
When you're wounded in the heart, physically you can do anything to me, but because my heart was so wounded, I reached a point where I didn't want to live any longer. And I always tell, people that are out there thinking, I want to end it. I said, can you imagine if I'd have ended it? And when God would have said, here's what I had planned for you. I was going to play his son. What a sad thing that would have been. But I cried out to God and I asked, Lord, what's my purpose? What do you want me to do? Now you got to be careful when you ask God, what's my purpose? I meant it. And I felt this love all around me. And this presence, it was as if I was God's only child. That's how much he loved me. That was everything to me. It meant everything that somebody out there loved me like that.
I just feel like nobody has the manual to this life. You plan something one day and it does not go as planned. The most important thing is to pick yourself up and, try something else. And hopefully you might get fame or success on the next journey of your life. So that's to say that don't rule out anything and also be intentional about what you want to stand for. In the course of my research, I discovered that he got struck by lightning while they were filming. A lot of people said it. He said it himself.
And you hear the thunder rolling. It got really quiet. It was like a eerie silence, and I knew it. I said, I'm going to get struck by lightning. And sure enough, I felt as though somebody took their hands and slapped them against my ears, and I saw what appeared to me was like a pink static color for about 7-8 seconds. But the moment it hit, I heard people scream, and a couple guys before me grabbed the ground. And what they saw was like fire coming out of the right and left side of my head. And I looked like I went to see Don King's hairstylist.
He confessed that it was pretty frustrating, but he never blew it. He never lost his patience, I never saw him lose his patience one time. And that in itself is a miracle, because I would have been flying off the walls.
A whole lot actually happened.
We were doing the flagellation scene, but every stage of the way, one day I was carrying the cross, and I was supposed to fall, and the Roman guard was supposed to catch the cross. He missed it, and the thing just crushed my head like a melon. Blood coming out of my mouth. Part of it is the fake blood, but part of it's the real blood, because it took like a month to heal. It was like someone held off and punched you, and your teeth just cut up against your gums. Anytime that someone went by and hit the cross, it separated your shoulder, and it just was, I'd stop and, scream. One of the shots, I remember going down some stairs and someone hit it, and I'm screaming to heaven. It hurt so bad.
There were so many days that we were shooting the Golgotha scene where he's up on the cross. This is when he's being crucified. And there would be winds of 40 miles an hour. Everybody's in jackets or parkas or trying to keep warm, trying to keep the sand out of their eyes. And here's Jim in a loincloth, covered in blood, and he's up on this cross 15 feet in the air, and the cross is blowing back and forth.
Jim? Oh, he suffered up there. He really suffered. I mean, it was freezing out there. He was up on this thing. His arm was like, he had trouble with a bad shoulder. It was all ripped out, and he never complained much. Every now and then he says, oh man, can you guys hurry up? Poor guy.
I'm so full of antibiotics right now.
Jim Caviezel, he played a huge role in my childhood. When I say he played a huge role in my childhood, of course I didn't live with him, I didn't see him, I never knew him. But watching Passion of Christ over and over, there's something it does to your visual picture of loving God, of truly believing. Because sometimes when people just hear things and they don't see it, it's not like you can't convince them too much. But for me as a child, I knew what he did to me. He made me a much more dedicated Christian, because I had a visual picture of what it felt like to be Jesus Christ dying, to save the world. I remember one part in the movie where there was, I think it was Barabbas, right? And Jesus Christ. So who do you want to save? And people were screaming to crucify Jesus and to free the thief. So that part of the movie was what stuck with me for a very long time, to say that no matter how good you are as a person, people will choose to see the side they want to see. So guys, what do you think about this particular interesting video? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching till now. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please hit the red cute subscribe button, turn on post notification. When I post another video, you'll be notified, okay?
Prayer was such an important part of getting ready for this film because of the grueling hours of makeup from 2 in the morning till 10 and not being able to sleep because of all the makeup. I don't know if you've ever experienced a sunburn at all, but you know, when you go through that healing stage of itching, sometimes I had to wear the makeup on at night. And so I never really slept properly, and the nonstop of headaches because I couldn't see out one of my eyes, and the thorns were in so tight on your head that you had a migraine headache all the time.
Jim was absolutely amazing.
You know, Mel Gibson and playing this role. That I'm a kid from Mount Vernon, Washington, that grew up not even dreaming of being an actor, that becomes an actor and is led and gets to play his son, our Lord's son, and I'm okay.
And I'll see you guys in my next video. I did it!